What's up, guys? I'm over here at Flippy Creek Park and it just got done raining like crazy. And before today, I think it's been like 4 months since we had rain or any meaningful amount of rain, and it opened up this morning. But to say we needed the rain is a huge understatement. But this place is absolutely beautiful. We had gone to a wedding, my wife and I, a couple months ago, and this house here is the house that the inventor of the Barbie doll used to live in. So let me show you quick what it looks like. So yeah, that's the house. Anyway, I got up this morning and I had this idea for a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. For whatever reason, I didn't do it or haven't done it, but today's the day I want to do this, because if you're on my email list, you'll see that I send market updates to show you guys how much the housing market's changed in a 12-month period. The last time I did this, I showed you the March numbers. So March of 2025 versus March 2024. And I showed you how much the market's changed in that time frame. But today I want to show you the numbers from March 2025 going back all the way to March 2022, which was the peak of the craziness. And guys, you're not going to believe these numbers. So I really hope you guys watch this video, because these numbers are going to absolutely baffle you. And you know, I realize I haven't done I haven't asked anybody to subscribe to my channel, because quite honestly, I don't like asking for favors. But this time I'm going to ask you if you would subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm not saying that I'm a YouTube expert, but you know, by no means am I an expert on camera, as I'm sure this video demonstrates. But I really want to get the word out and show everybody how much the market has changed and will continue to evolve going forward, because I think if you're looking to buy a house, a smart buyer is a good buyer, and that's why I'm doing these videos. So check this out, guys. Okay, let's start with the median sales price. Back in the spring of 2022, the median sales price was $476,000. Today, it's $425,000. So the price has decreased over $50,000. How long does it take to sell a house now versus how long did it take back in the spring of 2022? Back then, it took 6 days to sell a house. Today, the average days on market is 70 days. So back then, less than a week. Today, over 2 months. That's a huge difference, guys. And the days on market is everything. Let's take the number of sales. Back in the spring of 2022, 1,488 sales. Today, 1,192 sales. So the sales are down, but they're not down that much. But when you factor in how many sales relative to how much inventory we have, you guys need to sit down for this number, because this is insane. The amount of inventory back then, 1,234 active listings. Today, 7,354 active listings. Okay, so the reason why I've been documenting this for 3 years, painstakingly, month over month, is because back then I noticed that something wasn't adding up with the housing market, that we just could not continue on the course that we were continuing on, as far as price increases, and the buyer exuberance was just off the chart. And I said back then it wasn't going to continue. People thought I was crazy. So you know what? I started documenting it, and I want to show you exactly how this whole thing has played out in the past 3 years. And these numbers, by the way, are for Sarasota County. That would include Sarasota City. That would include Siesta Key, Southern Longboat Key, Venice, Northport. So it encompasses a pretty big area. Sarasota is a big county, and I did not separate condos from single family homes. This is both. This is both condo and single family. So when you zoom out and you look at those numbers over a 3-year period, it becomes very evident of what's going on with the market. Sometimes when you look at just a month over month, you can see changes, but they're kind of, even though they're consistent changes, they're not drastic changes. But yeah, looking at 3 years ago versus today, it's crazy how much everything's changed in favor of buyers here. You know, back then we basically were reliant upon domestic migration to Florida to continue. That continued for until about mid 2022 or 2023, and then it kind of dropped off. So we have an older population here. Obviously people don't live forever, so we have to keep people coming in order to sustain the population. I'm not trying to be morbid or anything, but that's just the reality of it. So when migration shuts off because of reasons like, you know, increases in taxes, especially because, man, there's so much water here. When someone inherits a house, 75% of the time they sell it. And the reason why they sell it is because the taxes are high. They don't want to pay the property taxes. Either they don't want to pay or they can't pay. So if you look at how many second homes we have and homes that are inherited, you could see, you know, by people selling those, how much our inventory would have grown. But that's just one factor. I can do an entire video on why we have so much inventory, but that's the one thing to pay attention to is inventory. If I were just to point to one thing, and to go from basically 1,200 listings to like 7,400 listings is crazy. I mean, that is just an obscene amount of inventory in a 3-year period, which is great news if you're a buyer, because you've got so many choices in houses and you got such a better ability to negotiate. So in terms of buying a house, if you're looking to buy right now, you should be ecstatic over these numbers. If you're looking to sell, you got a lot of competition. You got to set your listing apart from the other ones, and the best way to do that is to price it accordingly. So that's what I wanted to say in this video, guys. Hope you have an awesome day. As always, hope you guys found value in the video, and God bless. Take care.